Hey everyone, welcome back to Wicket. And since it's the end of the year, I thought we'd do a T20 Test and ODI Team of the Year. So this video will be on our Test Team of the Year. Obviously, it will be a bit favored to what we've watched. I did have a look at the stats. He hasn't because he doesn't look at those mostly. But yeah, it will be mostly biased towards, I guess, the Australian cricket season. But also, I have watched the Pakistan series and England series, South Africa, those sort of like the stronger teams. But yeah, I think it's still a pretty balanced side. So opening up, I've got down Usman Khawaja, 1,080 runs, averaging 68, 4 tons. Yeah, you can go on about what a brilliant summer he's had and what a return to the Australian side.
Yeah, he's had a tremendous return since, I guess, last year it was. He's scored runs consistently. You know, he first came in the middle order, he did well, and then there's an opening slot in the opening position, so he took that position and he scored runs there as well. So yeah, it was, I guess, unexpected because he is like on the older side now. It's about 35, 36, I think.
Yeah. The other opener is Craig Brathwaite. He had an actually very good year, 687 runs, averaging 62 with 2 tons. And I think the highlight for him has to be that ton that he got against Australia, when no one in his team, excluding his opening partner Chanderpaul, could do anything. He scored a very defiant ton. Number 3 is, I think, a pretty easy selection. Marnus Labuschagne, averaging 56, 957 runs with 4 tons. He didn't look like getting out in this summer for a while. Obviously, in the South African series, he sort of died down a bit. Yeah, he had a pretty good year. I guess you can say maybe stat padded a bit against West Indies.
He probably threw away a couple of scores, I think, in that year. Probably could have ended up with another 1 or 2 tons, I think. Because he threw away a couple of those starts, just out of nothing dismissals.
Yeah. Number 4 is one of your favorite batsmen, Babar Azam. He scored 1,184 runs, averaging 70 with 4 tons. So obviously we know those Pakistan pitches are quite road-like to start, but he has been a brilliant batsman for Pakistan for quite some time now. And he's just been on the upward stream in Test cricket. I think he's ranked number 2 now, closing in on Labuschagne's number 1. And he's been scoring runs. Labuschagne actually has sort of dipped a bit at the end of the year, so he's going to be closing that gap real soon. And he's a very technically accomplished player, as we know. He's probably one of the stylish, if not the most stylish batsmen in the world.
Yeah, no, he's had a good couple of years, not just last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, credit to him, and I think it's well deserved for him to be getting these sort of results that he's been getting, because yeah, he's just been consistent. You know, he had a lot of talent back when he first came into the scene, and he's just been relatively consistent in the last couple of years. So, yeah, good on him.
Yeah, number 5, who I think is probably the breakaway batsman of the year, is Johnny BAIRSTOW with 1,066 runs. Averaging 66 with 6 tons. And take into consideration he missed the whole Pakistan series on those 3 roads. He would have got like another 4 tons probably the way he was batting. So had he not broken his leg, he probably would have got like 1,500 runs this year. It would have been an incredible effort. But for what he did play, he was amazing. I mean, we all know about Bazball, and I think he was a huge like catalyst for that Bazball effect. The way he smashed India, made them look like absolute park cricket team for a long time.
He did bat very well.
It was just like they need like freaking 100 off like 15 overs. And he gets in like 10 overs or some crap. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, 300.
It was like he was playing stick cricket.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was like freaking 300. Like they had 370 to chase in like one day, which is like it's not an easy task. That's a hard task to chase. People wouldn't go for that. And they chased with like 30 overs to go. I'm like, what? 3 down? And he got like 160 off like 90 balls or something. Is this 2020 or are we playing Test? And I was like, oh, surely this can't last. He can't keep doing it. And he just kept doing it again. I think he scored 300 or 400s in a row against India, New Zealand, South Africa, like strong sides.
Oh, good bowling lineups.
And he even scored 100 in the Ashes, remember, against Australia, which sort of started his actual form from last year. So. Yeah, had he not broken his leg, either way, for me, he's the breakaway batsman this year, I would say. Really good effort from him. And continuing that Bazball effect, England have had a very good year, so there's a couple of them in here for sure. We don't like England, but they're still going to be in there. But we do like this guy, and his name is Ben Stokes, the best all-rounder, I have to say, hands down, in the world in Test cricket. And he could be arguably the best captain of this year. He is the captain of our side as well. His captaincy has revolutionized. I think a lot of people are like, oh yeah, sure, they can do it in England, but can they do it in Pakistan where the roads are like, it's like you can't get wickets there. Australia can only win one game, and they only just won that on day 5. But England won 3-0. They won each and every single game, and thanks to his ballsy captaincy, that declaration, Australian captain never would have done that. I know, because Australia never declare in like an aggressive manner. They always do like very safe declarations.
Yes.
But that was a very ballsy declaration, and like I think Pakistan needed like 100 overs to chase like 280 or 300. Like it's very gettable on the deck, but it made them go for it and lose the wickets, and they won. So yeah, Stokes has been brilliant. He's scored 870 runs, averaging 36 with 2 tons. But yeah, more the fact.
Not to mention his wickets. I think I think
20 to 30 wickets.
30 wickets as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he bowls in important periods. Like in the subcontinent, he was actually opening the bowling, and he used Anderson more for the reverse swinging effect. So yeah, he was very tactically absolutely sound. Every time I saw him, it was just. He always made something happen, and he used to do that as a player, but now as a captain he can do that with other players. So in combo, England are a very dangerous side leading to the Ashes against Australia next time. So
yeah, so we got number 7, Rishabh Pant. I think there's not too much question there. He's had a pretty good year with runs throughout. He's definitely the best keeper batsman there. In the keeper batsmen that are around.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, he's pretty like aggressive in nature. He scores his runs quickly. Doesn't always look the nicest, but he's done a pretty good job for India for quite some time. Not just last year, but even previous years. He even came to Australia and smacked Australia around. So before, so he's been pretty good. Unfortunately, obviously, we heard that he had that accident, and wishing him hopefully a speedy recovery. Looked like it was pretty nasty from the images that I saw. But yeah, hopefully he's okay, and I'm sure he'll have a lengthy recovery time, but hopefully be back and up and running for India, hopefully sooner rather than later. Averaging 62 and 2 tons in there, so it's pretty good effort. And I'm sure that striker will be pretty up there too. So, moving on to the bowlers, at number 8, we've got Rabada. Again, Rabada's always been a phenomenal test bowler. He's got, I think, one of the lowest strike rates I think in the active bowlers at the moment. It's totaling, we got 47 wickets at an average of 22. Just incredible numbers. Fortunately, he came to Australia. He didn't perform like as well as probably would have liked in the first 2 tests. I guess in the first test he just was on a roll in the second innings, but it was sort of like too late. But yeah, he's a bit of a hot and cold bowler, but overall these numbers in the year, you can see that even with his hot and cold spells, he actually has pretty good numbers. Moving on, another South African, we got Jansen in there. I guess with his bowling ability, he has been pretty good. He gets some good shape back into the right-handers. He's got a total of 36 wickets at an average of 19. Striker of 35, so that's a phenomenal effort. And again, he's pretty new to Test cricket, so I'm very interested to see how he goes. Leading him to the future, going in different conditions. But not only that, he also does bat as well. Probably in the order, probably would have Jansen at number 8. But he also bats as well. He looks like a relatively decent batsman. A genuine number 7, number 8, definitely. You can definitely score runs that will hurt you in those positions. And he also fields in the slips. He's obviously a pretty good fielder too. So overall, pretty good package. Maybe a bit of an unexpected selection there, but he's had a pretty good year. Finishing off with the last 2, so we got Anderson. I mean, Anderson's always been good. It's been good for the last 20 years or however long he's been bowling for. But again, this year I think he's been incredible, averaging something like 20 from what I saw. It was 20 at 36 wickets. Superb. He's just been getting better and better, like fine wine, really. Anderson, I don't know what to say about Anderson. Every time I watch him bowl, he just whips out some seed from nowhere. Watching him bowl in England is always like awesome because he just shapes it around. But even in the Pakistan tour, we saw a couple of really good balls. One to dismiss Rizwan, which is an absolute peach, like angling in, just seaming away, taking top of off. And even if when you just watch him bowl, like in training on Instagram or something like that, like you just know, like his bowling, like in swing is that like nip away, and he's like doing it purposely, sort of thing. That's the level of skill this guy has.
Yeah.
So
and at 41 or 40 or 41,
he's still bowling like mid 130s.
Crazy.
Like how many bowlers at 40?
How many bowlers are playing at 40?
Can still bowl even at 130, like bowl, let alone bowl 135.
Yeah.
Like that's just impressive. The amount of athleticism, amount of fitness is just bowling is a hard job. You go to a cricket match and you see how much they run, their run ups. I know Anderson's probably got a pretty efficient run up these days, but still, they probably cover anywhere between maybe, I don't know, just like random numbers, in probably like 15 to 20 Ks like in a day of Test cricket, I would say. And at 41, you need to have incredible fitness to get through that, and also be focused on your accuracy and all that stuff. So
he doesn't look like he's slowing down at all. Like,
really,
usually you notice when like a bowler's going to retire soon, like he's sort of losing it, but he looks like he's still as good as he was. So I don't know.
I
don't know. I actually don't know when he's going to retire. If he's going to retire anytime soon.
He's just been so good for England. Incredible. And last we got Lion. It's probably a little bit of a surprise as well. I thought if he's like in the best, obviously he's had a pretty good year. So we got the numbers: 47 wickets, an average of 29, strike rate of 64. I think where did Lion get all his wickets in the Australian tour? He's got a few wickets. Yeah, where else did they play that they got wickets?
I think he got 5 against West Indies, a couple, like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I think he got 1 against South Africa, or like a 4 or 5.
Okay.
He's been playing okay, like a bit better than summer,
He's
more in the team though because India haven't really played much. Jadeja hasn't played at all because injured. Ashwin hasn't really played that much as well.
So the other competitive spinners are probably haven't really played as much, so that's probably why they're not in there.
The only other competitive one was Jack Leach, and he was averaging like 40. So and he's not that good.
So Lion is better than Jack Leach, I would say for sure. I guess Lion, he's always been like sort of, kind of consistently averaging around 30. He never has like an amazing season or like. Sometimes he has really crap season, but his season usually like around like sort of like average season, but consistent performances, I guess. And again, this year, a consistent performance. So.
And that rounds out our team. So if I confirm, it is KHAWAJA, Brathwaite, Labuschagne, Babar Azam, Johnny Bairstow, Ben Stokes, who will be our captain, Rishabh Pant, who will be our wicketkeeper. Then we have Rabada, Jansen, Anderson, and Lyon. So pretty good side, I'd say.
Pretty decent side, yeah.
Okay. We'll end the video there. Let me know in the comments below what your Test Team of the Year is, and what you think of our Test Team of the Year. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.